The football teams of India and Bangladesh have been rigorously training without rest as they prepare to face each other in a crucial qualifier match for the AFC Asian Cup. The match is set to take place at the Jawaharlal Nehru Stadium Polo Ground on March 25, 2025 at 7 p.m. In a press interaction attended by media representatives from Bangladesh, Meghalaya and other parts of India, the head coach of the Bangladesh team, Javier Cabrera, along with player Jamal Bhuyan, informed that their team is well prepared for the match. Similarly, the head coach of the Indian team, Manolo Marquez, and player Sandesh Jhingan stated that they will not underestimate the Bangladesh team despite the match being played on home soil. This will also mark the very first time that Meghalaya hosts such a major football event in Asia, with the final tournament to be held in Saudi Arabia in 2027.
I think it's going to be a very exciting game. We are very much motivated. The team has been training and working hard for 24 days already, which is a long camp, honestly. We have prepared well. We are confident and we expect a very tight game, and hopefully we will make things very difficult for India. I think there's been a lot of noise about this. Well, probably things could have been better, but for us, that is already gone. It's past. We don't want to find any excuses on that. Today we get to play and we get to train in the stadium finally. We are going to take the best of it. We are ready anyway. We have been not training in the best facilities, but we have been preparing very well. So that's not in our focus anymore. Well, the training camp, we always, every year we go to Saudi for training camps. We have a good agreement or understanding with them, a good relation with them. So for us, having the chance of training in such high top quality facilities is always an advantage. We also get there the right context and the right environment for us to be only focused on the preparations. We had agreed in this camp some practice matches that in the end, for things that were out of our control, it didn't happen. Still, we were able to play some practice matches, but again, as we feel is how we feel, and we feel absolutely ready for tomorrow. I think it's even more exciting having Hamza and having Sunil back. No, it's going to be a really, really competitive match, but it's not going to be only about them. Definitely, if we get to win tomorrow, it's not going to be only for Hamza. Hamza definitely make us better. There's no doubt, and I think Sunil also makes India better. But whoever wins tomorrow is going to be about the team. A lot of respect for India, a lot of respect for Sunil Chetri, a lot of respect for Manolo and their staff. But again, we really feel that we are ready for tomorrow battle. Well, I had the experience in the Asian Games last year, which is it's true that it was in the senior level, but it was with Stimac. I was the head coach of the senior team. Sunil was there. I think Sandesh was also there. So it was already kind of an official competition match, which for me was a first experience against India that definitely I'm pretty sure has value for me as a first experience. But again, we know that the record is not the best. We know that since 2003 we haven't been able to win against India. But again, we are very confident that we are stronger than ever. And at least since I'm here, this is the strongest squad we have ever had, and not only performance-wise, but also mentally, we feel very strong. As of now, definitely Manolo has a much longer career than myself. No, he has trained in the highest level, even first division in Spain. He has already a great trajectory here in India. So for me, it's still already 3.5 years as a national team coach, which is quite a big achievement. But feels good. I think it's going to be a very entertaining match tomorrow for everyone. So, and that is the main target. I think the main change since I'm here, the first thing was to kind of find the right players for for the approach we wanted to implement. There's been, especially from the first to the second year, I would say the 80% of the players change. We wanted players with ambition, with humility, that hard workers, to have that identity that I think has been the one that has defined this team for the last 3 years, and try to find the right balance between those seniors that had that ambition and that passion for playing for the national team, with the right blend with the potential and talented young players. And since then, obviously, I think, but there is a change in the approach from the previous years, probably. But to me, and what we discussed many times with the team, is the mentality. I think now we believe much more in ourselves. I think the main change in that was in SAF 2023, when we were able to reach the semifinals, when we were to the extra time with Kuwait. We were about to reach at least the penalty shootout with them. We have been able to compete very, very well at home with teams like even Australia, Palestine, or Lebanon. So many things are still to improve, but I think, especially right now, I would tell you that the mentality is what we kind of believe more in ourselves, and that we can achieve higher challenges. A lot of expectations sometimes with bringing players of Bangladesh origin. For us, it's very important that those players have an important, they feel identified with the culture, like it can be Jamal, Tarek, Quasem, players that have grown up in that culture. Even Fahamedul, who came to the camp, is also a player that is very much identified with that, and the same with Hamza. So yeah, there is options. There is options in future for that to happen, but there is options for that to happen in future. But again, I think we have to be very careful with the selection.
No, I still think there's a gap. I still think ISL is better than the BPL, but quality-wise, between the local Bangladeshis and the Indians, I don't think there's a big gap.
I think that has been obviously, you always expect to play or train in better facilities. That we don't want to find more arguments or discussions about this. We have been training. We have been able to develop the training sessions as we could. Again, yes, definitely the facilities could have been better. That's it. Today we have the chance to train in the main stadium, and we will take the best of it.
আমি মনে করি মানে the mentality in the group, in the team is that আমরা 3 পয়েন্ট নিতে পারি, আর যদি ড্র হয় ওকে, বাট মেন্টালিটি ইজ 3 পয়েন্ট। এটা মানে আপনি প্রত্যেক প্লেয়ারকে জিজ্ঞেস করতে পারেন, ওরা সেম অ্যান্সার দিবে।
Bueno, first game for the qualifiers for the Asian Cup, then always the first game is important, and you cannot say that how will be the game. Let's see, but obviously, I feel that can be a good game or bad game, but it's a very short competition. Only the top team qualifies. Then we will try to beat them.
Good morning. Having played them few times, one thing we know, not just in football, any sport, when we play Bangladesh, them being our neighbors, one thing we can expect is a lot of high intensity, a lot of passion, high adrenaline. So that's one thing which from experience I can say. And let's see tomorrow how the game turns out to be. Like the boss said, it's going to be a good game, bad game, but we are focused on getting our result. And then we go ahead and look forward.
I think obviously he's a very good player. He was playing in Premier League, now he's playing in Championship, but his team will promote. Then obviously he's a good player. I think it's good for Asian football, not only for Bangladesh, for Asian football, that this kind of players can play in the national team, because I think that, I don't know if his mother or his father is from Bangladesh, and obviously he's a very good player. There are the good things, the bad things. The good things that I feel that the teammates will be very motivated to play with this kind of players. In the other side, it's true that with only or less than 1 week, the impact in the pitch, I don't know if how will be this impact. No, but obviously, it's a great addition for Bangladesh. No, finally, the approach to every game is very similar. It's very similar. If you play against Bangladesh, if you play against Maldives, if you play against another team, obviously we are always expecting the best version of the opponent. And then we prepare the game, but obviously we cannot change our style. Playing against all teams, not Bangladesh or Hong Kong or Singapore, the approach will be the same, but obviously you need to know the good and the bad things of every opponent.
I think what I've learned in football is it's not just about Bangladesh, even in our club levels and all the games we have played. It's all about how you prepare yourself. And what I've learned is if you're well prepared, you can fight against any team. And if you're not prepared well, any team can beat you. So it's not about focusing on Bangladesh or some other country. It's just about have you prepared yourself in the best way possible. And if you have done that, you're going to go out on the pitch and try to do your best. And I think that mentality or that kind of focus helps you go in every game with a positive and a good attitude rather than focusing, is it Bangladesh or someone? It's just about we as a country, each game, how can we improve? How can we get better? And that's the mindset I try to keep, and I make sure that everyone around me keeps that.
They told me today is the first 15 minutes they can speak. In my case, I'm always open. If I can speak with everyone, I try to do it. I don't know, but this feeling that maybe we want to how is I don't know the verb in English because my English is very bad, but it's about only one game. It's not about we need to hide everything because more or less today in football, this 40, 50 years ago, you can hide some things. Now in modern football is very difficult. No? And every country can stop the competition. If they stop the competition, better for them because they had more time to prepare the game. They spent I don't know how many days in Saudi. Better for them, but as a national team coach, when you arrive to this job, more or less that you won't have too many days to train. But this is what it is. It's not an excuse if we win, draw or lose. It's not because this 3 weeks or 2 weeks. I don't know exactly how long was, no. But obviously better for them if they can train. I would like. In fact, for the next game in Hong Kong in June, we have the season in India will finish in beginning May and end of April. We will have time to do this, no? But we cannot stop our competition because the fixtures are maybe longer than in Bangladesh. That I think that they have 9 or 10 teams in the Premier League. First of all, people who know me, the ranking is a lie. Ranking is a big lie. Because in the ranking, you play only against Asian teams, European teams play against European teams. Only the World Cup, you play against countries of another continent. Then, for me, there are teams who are behind us or with worse ranking than us, that they are better than India, and opposite. We are better than some teams that they are above us. And the other thing is, doesn't matter, is not the correct expression, but we will play with 11 for sure tomorrow. 11 players will be there. 11 players from Bangladesh will be there in the beginning with substitutions. And if we play a good game, we will win. If we don't play a good game, we have less chances. This is very simple, but it's what it is. I feel more confident with all the players. The thing I understand, obviously, because Sunil is a legend in Indian football. He's the top scorer. But finally, I call him because it's true that in my first games we didn't score goals. We had problems not to create chances, because we create chances in Vietnam, against Malaysia also, even against Syria that we lost 3-0. We miss clear chances. But if you see the Indian top scorers this season, he's the best with a lot of difference. It's true that in ISL most of the clubs play with a foreign striker, but I think that is a great addition for us.
Expectations, I think it's a very confusing kind of a thing. We know he's going to score goals. He's scored 95 goals, so you always expect him to score. And we're just happy to have him back. In that sense, I'm personally very happy to have him back, because now I can talk to someone about how it feels to be a father. We talk about diapers, we talk about schools and all that. So we have that good conversation. And about being a threat to Bangladesh, now he's a threat to every team. The quality he has, it's not just Bangladesh, and every team we play with his quality, he's going to be a threat. And that's that.
Then obviously every game now, because it's always the first in every competition, in the championship, in every competition, in the local competition, it's important. It's like maybe everyone is a little more nervous because it starts a new competition. But finally, we need to get maximum points as possible to arrive to the Asian Cup. Finally, it's one more game, but it's true that it's the first, no? And it's very important.